So traders, what I want to share with you in today's video, I want to share with you some levels that I'm really watching for. If we do take another bit of a double dip in the marketplace, and if I play this video for you, this is a quick little video from Paul Tudor Jones. And if he is correct, where may the market find this opportunity that Paul Tudor Jones is saying? I want to show you some levels of what he may be seeing and what I'm seeing right now. And if it is true, I'll be sharing with you. So I'm going to share with you the levels that I'm looking at. Just like, okay, once we get down to here, if Paul Tudor Jones is right, then this is the areas I'll be looking at. So watch this here.
Folks who watch you and they want to know what you think about these markets. They want to know what you think about tariffs. They want to know about what you think about what's going to happen over the next 12 months.
Right.
Where are we?
For me, it's pretty clear. You have Trump, who's locked in on tariffs. You have the Fed, who's locked in on not cutting rates. That's not good for the stock market. We'll probably go down to new lows until even when Trump dials back China to 50%.
And that's what you're expecting?
Oh, I'm sure he'll dial it back to 50 at some time. I mean, I think that's kind of in the market right now. So he'll dial it back to 50 or 40, whatever. Even when he does that, you got those tariffs, the equivalent of a 2%. It'd be the largest, they're a tax. It's like the largest tax increase since the 60s. So you can kind of take 2 to 3% off growth. And then you got the Fed, who's, unless they got really dovish and really, really cut, you're probably going to new lows. And then when we're in new lows, the hard data will start to follow, and it'll probably create the Fed to move, create Trump to move, and then we'll get some kind of rally.
Is there an optimism, though, do you see a rainbow at the other side of this policy on tariffs?
Well, can I just say, correcting the trade imbalance was a great idea. Tariffs used, I think, surgically, not to the extent that...
So, as you saw him just say, and I won't play the whole video from here, but as you saw him just say, I've been thinking about this here, and I just wanted to share my thoughts with you, and hopefully this gives you some things to think about as well too. I did a video today based on the big markets, and one of the big things I've been seeing is Paul Tudor Jones says that we're probably going to make a new low, but then after the new low, we're going to start to see Trump and the Fed start to come in and start to do some rescuing. So if that's true, where are some levels that we could look at from the big picture? And so I've been watching this level here, and if you watch my video today, I did a video today for the markets, and you could see here that overall we're starting to get, this is the same look on an overall basis. This is the same look as we got here, right? Meaning we got the moving average flat now and then trending down low up through there. This is the S&P 500, right? If we go look at the Dow Jones, the same thing here, right? We had a move down, move back up, and then we had the moving average starting to roll over, move down, move back up, moving average starts to roll over, right? Because as we see, when the moving average, my 24 moving average on my weekly chart starts to rise, therefore we have a lot of momentum to the upside. Upside. But whenever we start to go through this downward phase, we start to see the shifting on the downward phase. So we are getting a really big technical analysis on our large picture, weekly charts here, going back over the last 5-6 years. We are definitely getting a topping action through here and a potential head and shoulder formation. So if Paul Tudor Jones is right about these markets, then where may the market start to come down? So what I did is I zoomed my charts right out through to here. And we don't need to look at the moving average. In fact, I'm just going to bring up candlestick chart here, a bar chart here, right? And I'm going to go to the weekly charts here. So there's a few levels here that may start to come into play when it comes to this level here. So we definitely have a level down here. I don't think that's going to happen on the Dow Jones from there. We definitely do have a big level all coming through here on the Dow Jones, okay? All through there. And so by looking at this level through here, if we do break this new low and we do break through here, then by looking at the overall levels, once we break this level here, the next major support level could be down through here somewhere, right? So once we break there, we could see another, 10 or so % drop to the downside. Like that may happen here. So the Dow Jones is not giving me a very good clear sign here. I sort of doubt we're going to get down to here. We may even get down actually on a short-term level. We can see that there's actually a lot of This is a weekly chart here, so there is a lot of support around that 32 level. So that's probably where we're going to go first. So there's the areas I'm watching for on the Dow Jones. But the S&P 500 is this. This is the S&P 500 here. So what I've done is I've actually drawn a trend line, long-term major trend line from here to here. Okay, and then I do actually have that through there to there. So what we can see is we can actually see this trend line, which is almost through there, right? And we almost got it through there. So if we do come down and make a new low, we're starting to get into this whole area through here. See this area down the bottom here? So this support level, which is that major resistance level, as you can see, resistance through here and the resistance through here. If we do make a new low, then come down through to here, we can see possibly a bit of a bounce through there. So that's what we're seeing on the S&P 500. If that's going to make a new low, and then we start to see that. Just looking at the overall, much more longer term picture from here. And if I know there was definitely something going on like that through there, and if I create like a bit of a channel, that through there, yeah, possibly, right? We can have, now I'm just gonna go crazy with my trend lines to see where the angle is, and yeah, probably that through level through there, right? We'll probably even come back down through to here. If we're looking at the Fibonacci levels from this low to high point from there, yeah, as you can see, so that's that low to high point from there. So that's 50% and possibly even down towards the 60% level. So this whole area through here, as you can see, yeah, so possibly this whole area, which is through there. And if we do get that, that's still a nice retracement before we get and move up. Again, I'm just looking at the big picture here, guys. If we go look at, say, the NASDAQ 100, we can see where there's a very clear level through here on the NASDAQ 100 if we do make another new low. And we can see this is a very clear line. Very, very, very clear. And the thing about the NASDAQ is the NASDAQ's giving us a very clear, definite shoulder, head, potential shoulder formation from here. So if we did start to roll over and start to make a new low, then where a good buying opportunity would be around this level through here. And that would actually be, that's the lows right now, which is that through there. So if we did start to make a move down from here, and then we can see that that could be a possibly buy signal, and then maybe we're going to start to head up, and maybe this is just a bit of another move to the downside. So if Paul Tudor Jones is right, if he is right, we could possibly see this market go up, market come down, market go up, market come down overall to here, and still generate a low and a significant high low from there as well too. And if I go to the NASDAQ composite, it's the same situation, right? And which is actually quite interesting because last year was what? Last year was the tech boom and the whole Mag 7 and dragging the stock market up and all that sort of stuff. We heard all that sort of stuff. So if he is right about what he just said, then once again we can see this market hold here, possibly come down through to here, and then we could possibly see a rally to the upside. So there we go, traders. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Is Paul Tudor Jones right? Do you think we're going to go through another dip to the downside? Or do you think this is the start of something much bigger? I have a bit of a feeling, and this is just a feeling, that even if we do get this over the next few months, I believe we could have a stronger second half of this year and we have a big rally. Now, Paul Tudor Jones said we're probably going to make a new low and then we rally out of that level through there. So maybe the second half of this year is going to be the very strong rally to come.